Would you eat human flesh? Rudi!
My grave, blood. Start to agree.
And I'm that ratty.
Country Man.
My
Your
answer
answer
is
is yes.
to survive.
Oh, okay.
If you're
Explain
in the
more.
island, if you're in the island now, and you just all of a sudden meet me and you up on the island now, you are dead. You are dead. No, you're dead. Somebody took you, you are dead. Yeah? You have to eat it to survive it. Never say me and want to survive because somebody have to survive to talk about the story.
Country Man, you look like that kill this person first before they even did.
Whoa, who we got missing? Country Man. God, how could I have done that?
He's here.
How could I have done that? Good evening, everybody. How are we doing, man? Welcome to Anything Goes. My name is Rudi Lickwood. Please allow me to introduce you to the panel. To my... Is it on your left? Your left is my right, isn't it? Yeah, I have got Plush Ali. Plush, come on, give it up for Plush Ali. Give it up. Come on.
Hey, everyone.
Make her feel
Good
welcome. Make her
evening.
feel welcome. Make her feel welcome. And of course, sitting next to her, we've got, well, basically, DJ Country Man.
Fire, baby. Fire, baby.
All the way from the Rants and Bants crew. Come on, let's give it up for the one and only Juicy Julie.
Good evening, everyone.
Have mercy.
I don't know where we're finding him, but we managed to get him. We pulled him off Vibes FM. Give it up for Daddy Ernie.
Oi, oi.
Good to be here. Good to be here.
Oh, God, and we can't forget the man who's on cocaine himself. Give it up.
Criminal.
That does sound too good, man.
Shout me as a nutter.
Whoa.
Hang on. You in a cocaine?
Listen, I know you'd pick up on that one.
Cocaine.
Yeah,
I
man.
know you'd pick up on that. Hello, Country Man.
So, no, you really in a cocaine.
Yeah, man, I'm on coke, you know. So I move about all
Watch
the
out,
time.
boss. Hear what? Don't call me again. Delete my telephone number. Take me off of WhatsApp. We're not dealing with no boy. We are dealing with cocaine. Get rid of me from
There we
now.
go.
Oh, man.
Evening, guys.
Good evening, bro. Good evening.
Good
You want to tell
evening,
it? You want to
everyone.
remind anybody of anything? Get them.
Yeah, guys. Let me go first. All the guys who are on Facebook, remember to like our Facebook page, Anything Goes podcast. And of course, those who are on YouTube or jumping on YouTube, remember to like, share, and subscribe Rudi Lickwood YouTube page. You get all the notifications every week as we go live. You get notifications. So like, share, and subscribe.
Hang on. Is that all the notifications?
You get all the notifications. Notifications.
All the notification them.
Not all.
All the notification.
I'm not going to teach you how to speak English today.
Spell all. Spell all.
I'm not going to go there today. I'm not going to go there.
Is hey.
I might get Uncle Ernie to teach you. We've got Uncle Ernie here today, so I might have to get Uncle Ernie to teach you.
Yes,
to
I
ooze.
think so.
Ernie, I
I mean,
think you're gonna learn something new about Mr. Countryman today, man.
No.
You're gonna learn something new.
You know, anything new for the Watford Gap, we don't know that guy already, so.
Anything not a what?
Watford Gap.
Not at the Watford Gap.
Oh, dear. No for the Watford Gap. So
Love it.
let's let them know before we actually get into the thing that I'm not going to explain it. I think I'll allow Countryman to explain the red card situation.
Okay. Red card. No. Basically, no. If you're chatting rubbish, ladies and gentlemen, if you hear somebody chatting rubbish, please give them a red card. Not one, but two, but three red cards. Today, your objective as somebody listening and watching is to give somebody a red card. That's the first objective. Your second objective is I need 3 questions by the end have today. Egg door cha. That's it.
Egg who?
Egg door cha.
You say egg timer?
What's that?
Indian language for 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Oh,
You learn something.
Oh.
we're
learn something
learning.
off
We
of
are.
Is
Teacher.
I thought that would have been past me some more Vindaloo because you know you like
I thought
Rudi,
I
sorry, Ernie. Rudi, Jackie says she's going to be nice to you today. Ah,
Oh, well done, Jackie. That's nice to hear. I'll give you a nice little round of.
Wow.
That's nice. That is nice. That is nice. Thank you, girl.
We'll,
I
we'll
appreciate that.
see. We'll see.
We'll see. We will actually. Good evening, Verona. The room's quite busy today.
hi, Verona.
Hey, Verona. Hi, Jackie.
We've got Ben. We got
And
Hi,
Donna.
Donna. Hey,
Ah.
Donna.
in the house. Let's not forget Claire. Claire is here
Clear,
as well.
clear. Hi,
my
clear. Hi,
achievement
clear,
list.
clear.
Okay, so as we all know, it's the game, or should I say the show, is actually driven by Country Man himself. Today's show is being sponsored by Get Your Radio. Are we going to be doing anything later on with Get Me Radio?
Straight after the show, we've got the big random Wednesdays. You know how we do. Straight after the show, 3 hours of non-stop slow jams at Weird Group. We'll tell you more about that a bit later in the show. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And
So
I've never been invited to play at the
God.
after party.
which makes no sense. It makes no sense when you think that you're one of the men behind it.
And then the worst way about it, him deal with crack cocaine.
Oh, there we go. Listen, don't bother with that, yeah.
That's not a good thing to be saying about my mate Shoe Doctor on the radio.
Yeah.
No, me never say it, you know. Ernie, I hear. Ernie,
Order.
Defense.
Ernie, I hear me here, you know, Ernie. I hear me here.
You heard, but you heard it, but you say it.
Somebody tell me, say, you mess around with cocaine and crack. Not me, you know. I hear me here.
With the cocaine money right now.
Is that right, Shui?
I wish I could do some cocaine money right now, mate. I'm telling you.
Get Your Radio.
Give up repair. Yeah, that's the one. No, actually, no. gyradio.co.uk. I could probably give up repairing shoes. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's get this show on the road, man. Country man, what's
Come on,
popping?
let's go.
Kick out your blow.
Let's go.
Okay, all right, here we go. Remember, we want 3 questions. Remember, red card and be very nice. What do you fear the most in life? Remember, just a snippet and then make it go around, please. Antigua, what do you fear most in life?
Getting a long-term health condition.
Ernie,
What do I fear most in life?
apart from me.
And now I was going to say that, you know. Hey, Country Man. And you took the words right out of my mouth. What do I, you know something? I don't really fear nothing in life, you know. I'm pretty easy.
Okay, you're easy. Okay.
Yeah.
Julie?
My mum's health deteriorating currently. That's what I think.
Shoe doctor.
I'm quite fearless, but it's funny. That's exactly what I was going to say to her about losing my parents. That's one of the most fearing things for me.
Rudi?
We're all more or less going along the same route, but then I would say not reaching my full potential.
Ooh.
I want to interesting. Rudi, explain, please.
Well, the thing is that we all have ambitions and we all want to get somewhere, and you're constantly coming against obstacles that seems to get in the way for one reason or the other, and it can become very frustrating when you reach the age of 50 and you know that you're at the top of the hill and you've got less years ahead of you than you do have behind you.
So, what do you class as your full potential? Because when you reach, say, on a scale of 1 to 10, just for example, and you feel you do reach, you're there number 10 in what other people might see. But you still want to go further. So what do you class as full potential? Because what is your definition of full potential?
I guess my definition of full potential really is to it's actually to achieve my set objectives. I mean, I'm not going to share all of them with you. Yeah, I mean,
give an example.
All right, one example would be to go global with this show. I mean, global. I mean, to break into the podcasting market in America, to have Europe listening to what we have to say, so as that people can have an idea of what Black British people
Come on
think.
now.
Yeah, because that's one voice that is missing in America, as far from what I can see. Every time we go there or they go, I didn't know you had Black people in England. You kind of hear that all the time. Well, I think that with the internet, that can actually be broken. I mean, we all listen to the breakfast. People listen to the breakfast show. You get me? We listen to everything that America has to offer, right? Even though we know that we have a heavy influence on them, but they still don't really see us as a set of people. Remember, we only represent less than 1.5% of the UK population in truth, right? And that is as Afro-Caribbeans, because they've mixed us in with BAME, so it's all different cultures now. But
them scrapping the word BM very shortly.
I'm scrapping now.
Ernie, make I hear from Ernie now, please. Ernie.
Well, why I say I don't fear nothing in life, right? It's because when you reach to my age, you've been there, you've done it. There's nothing to fear without giving away my age. There's nothing to fear. We just live true life. Like Rudi said, when you get to 50, you got a lot more years behind you than in front of you.
So hold on there. One second. So you and Rudi are the same age?
No, I'm way past 50. That's what I'm saying.
No, he was always an elder to me, isn't it? He was always an elder.
When you reach my age, well, don't get twisted. Country Man ain't too far behind.
We can see that. We can see that. Look at him. Look at him.
He's like a caveman, isn't he?
You know, we've been there and done it. Now we're just cruising. We're enjoying what is left.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, hold on, Ernie. Rudy. No, not Rudy. Sorry, Schumann. Elaborate.
It's funny you should say that, Ernie. Say you're cruising because you got less years ahead of you than you had behind you. So you just have to make the most of it, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like I say, fear of losing my parents. Like sometimes I might get that phone call from Jamaica, you know, and it's the unexpected phone call, and I'll say, "What's up, mum?" You know what I mean? Because I don't want to get that unexpected phone call, and I fear that phone call. We speak a lot anyway, but it's when I get the phone call direct to me. We do a lot of voice, we do a lot of video calls now, but it's when I get a phone call, literal phone call, I get a bit, you know what I mean? So that's my biggest fear, I could say, is losing my parents. I'm very close to my parents, and that's, you know what I mean? I don't know how I'm going to be able to deal with it when the time comes. That's my biggest fear. Nothing else I don't really fear.
And the worst thing about it is that it is inevitable.
I know.
Yeah.
You
know, and once we actually see it and we witness it, because you will watch your elders, and I can't even say elders anymore, because our parents are past elders, aren't they?
Yeah,
they're past elders.
Yeah.
So we're actually watching them deteriorate. I mean, some people don't like it. We're actually watching them rot right in front of us. You know what I mean? Because their eyes, you know what I mean? They can't see as well. They can't hear as well. Their skin, they actually shrink. People actually shrink.
Yeah. That's what, as you get older, you get smaller, don't you?
Yeah, you actually shrink. I don't know if that's because we've grown, but, you know, I remember watching my dad thin down. You know what I mean? It's funny that I watched my mum. I can't even get past her in the passage. I don't know what's going on.
It's funny though.
Right. Hold on there. Sure. Sorry. I need to hear from the ladies. I need to hear from the ladies. Julie.
Yeah. Pretty much the same sentiment as Shuey, really. My dad passed away nearly 4 years ago, and my mum, I'm blessed that she's 83. But like what Rudi was saying, her health is slowly deteriorating. Although she still looks quite youthful, it's still evidence that she's over 80. So yeah, that phone call, or you know, being there and just watching her deteriorate, that's, although Mystic was saying false evidence, the fear for me is that it's evident for me.
Yeah, it is evidence. And a lot of us end up in denial.
Yeah.
Let's hear from Antigua, please.
Yeah, I think the fear that Shoes and Julia mentioned about their parents, I feel the fear is just as big as the love that you've got for them.
Sure.
And that's why it hurts so much. because of
Don't
that.
you know that
loving-
it hurts so good? Don't you
Yeah.
know that it hurts so good?
Antigua, is it fear or fair?
Who actually is the person who's meant to have this certificate? This. Why are you asking her?
No, because she said fair.
Fair.
And I know it's fear. Me I talk about fear, you know.
Fear.
F-E,
Fear.
Listen,
fear.
Listen.
F-E-A-R-E.
listen,
fear.
listen. You come from the Stone Age. You understand?
Set free by the teen angels from his prehistoric block of glacier ice comes the world's first superhero, Captain Caveman.
Rudi,
So known as Country Man.
Rudi, one thing me want to tell you, Rudi.
Kick out your blow. Man, that's a call me gone. Wait.
But my fear was my health.
Fear.
Oh my days. My fear is my
That's
health.
better.
And so and that's why a few years ago I went ahead and lost weight, because I didn't want my health to determine how I lived. So I tried to overcome that by losing weight and just being healthier. So I just tried to ensure that.
You didn't try. You succeeded. Let's never forget that. You
So,
succeeded.
so Antigua, when you the drawdown,
Draw down, you know.
when
Yes,
you the drawdown, yeah. When you was and you draw down, at what point do you feel you rub better?
Luckily for me, my rubbing remained consistent.
Okay, so it never get better with.
Consistent.
Wow.
You're so nosy. It's just
He's
that
very
easy.
nosy.
No,
Very
no, it's not just
intrusive.
nosy. It's just
Caveman.
nosy.
He's
No,
caveman.
Caveman's
intuition.
kicking in, innit?
Yeah.
No,
Kicking in.
I'll tell you, there's only a few comments. Actually, there's only one I want to read out, actually. Rudy, you're not yet global, but you're in Norfolk. It's only the one I'm reading out. I love it, love it, love it. Big up to Craig Blackwood. Rudy, you're not yet global, but you're in Norfolk. Over to you, country.
Easy.
Okay. Somebody mistakes you for somebody famous and begins treating you like a star in a restaurant. How would you play along? Ernie.
Well, if it's me, if it's me one, I'm going to play along. But if it's a few of us, everything is ordering. We're ordering. Most expensive of the champagne. Brandy. The table's going to be ram.
Antigua.
Yeah, no, I'd be playing along.
Playing along.
Especially-
Julie.
yeah,
Okay, I got sorry. Julie.
I'd sign an autograph. I'd play along. Yeah.
Shoe doctor.
Definitely have some fun and play along with that, man. Definitely, mate. We're right at that.
Rudy.
I've lived the life. I've done it. I've done it.
Yeah, true.
I've done it. Do you know what I mean? The moment that I was told that I had that slight resemblance to Eddie Murphy, I was off. I was round the world.
I thought it was going to be Ian Wright.
No, it was Murphy. I was off when I was around the world, man. I promoted Beverly Hills Cops 2. I promoted Coming to America. I promoted Golden Child. I promoted what was the other one? I promoted quite a few, and then once he got done for being a for picking up the transvestites, that was it. That was the end of the game.
Yeah.
That was the end of the game.
You had your limits, Rudy. You had your limits.
Yeah.
He's back now, isn't he? He's back, so you can.
Rudy, was that Eddie or you? I don't know because you did say you look alike.
Are you attempting to be funny? Because comedy's not easy. Comedy's not easy. I would leave it alone. I would leave it alone.
Question.
I would leave it alone. I would leave it alone. I really would.
Question. I just ask a question.
It was a good attempt.
Yeah, it's easier to talk about decking, country. Let's just talk about decking.
decking.
Let's talk about Rudy wanting to deck Shoei.
He's trying to throw me under the bus. You poor thing.
Yeah. So okay, just play along. So we are on the consensus that we are going to play along.
No, what did you say you were going to do? I don't remember.
Me?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Well, me, I just play along in it.
Is it? Who would
who would
you be resembling? Yeah,
but mind you, people, this is true, people. Because sometimes when I go to a road, people say to me, I look like Countryman. Or I sound like the man off the radio. And I said, no, that's somebody with sound and look like me. That's what I mean.
But then you don't get treated better than do you?
Yeah, but
no, I don't.
But
I just want to
the
be.
question was famous, though.
Yeah.
That's
Lord.
But if them say Antigua, don't let me and you fall out, because we not gonna beg you a dance, but we not be changing mind now. If them say you sound like the man off of the radio and you look like Countryman, therefore Countryman must be famous. But I just deny everything. I said, no, I don't. Me as somebody will look like me, walk like me, talk like me, and act like me.
You could pass as Oliver Samuel's younger brother, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Did you say younger or older?
No.
Should we? You can pass like Kabla.
I've been trying for years, man. I still can't get there. But now, seriously, if it was me though, I would play on it, man. I'll play on it big time. I'll do an Ernie special, mate. Order up some Cristal. I got a bottle of Cristal. Never opened it. It's my 40th birthday. I kept it. I'd open a bottle. I'd get a bottle of that. I'd drink that. Don P. LP. I'd use it as a chaser.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Who do you think would be recognised as those shoes?
It's funny. They used to call me Bobby Brown back in the day. A lot of young kids used to call me Bobby Brown back in the day. Back in the day.
Bobby Brown.
Yeah, years ago.
Can you do the move shoe?
No.
I think he can. I think
he can't rub. I can only rub. You know what I mean? But I don't do all them fancy feet work. I can't do all that. I can't do in and out. You know what I mean?
Is it? So that means that you can't really dance. Can't really dance. In other words, you can't really dance.
I can't dance it. That's how we dance it in and out.
Can't really dance.
In and out.
Standing up in one place is not really rubbing.
So guys,
three questions. Come on. Sorry.
Verona says Oliver Samuels, even before I said it. So even look, Countryman looks like Oliver Samuels. Clear tongue, I would play along in every way. Order food, drink, sign autograph, and do anything to just enjoy the night. Let's continue.
Easy.
Okay. These are one difficult to read out, but let's try.
Yeah, you're correcting everybody else. Come, let's go with it.
I only correct.
Come, let's go with it. Let's go with it.
Can I start?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay. You're at a hen stroke stag do, and your child starts to perform. Do they act? What is your next move? Ernie.
I'm a what? A hen.
Yeah. Okay, Ernie. You there one stag do, and your son walk in or your daughter walk in. Them start perform something where you know like them
jump on the
perform.
pole.
What you do?
Jump on the pole.
Where you go to, Ernie?
Well, they have to leave. They have to leave.
Okay, leave Antigua.
I'd probably join in.
Julie?
We're both right. Quick exit.
Should we?
It'd be very embarrassing. I'd have to go, mate.
Rudy.
And then what I'll do, I'll click the money from
All
later.
right, okay, Rudy.
I'm taking off my belt, mate.
Ernie.
I'm bringing that buckle.
Let's go to Ernie. And Ernie, what was your answer and why, please?
Well, you say I'm in a session or club. I would imagine you're talking some pole dancing business or something like that. Yeah. So, number one, probably it wouldn't happen to me because I haven't got no daughters and I can't see my boys them doing pole dancing. But
you might be surprised. You never know. Yeah.
You see the way that I run with my boys them. From I look at them, they're gonna
They
leave.
know.
Come on now.
Yeah, but they will push up their chest because they're in front of people, innit?
No.
Okay.
It's how you control them.
Yeah.
Nicely, you've got an understanding, and they know where to cross the line.
What line to cross? Antigua say, correct me if I'm wrong, you're a giant.
I'll
Elaborate.
join in, yeah, because if there's one thing that embarrasses them the most is when I start dancing.
You know
with
what? I
them.
never really looked at it that way, but that's a good one. You know when you think about it. You know, because
that.
like you know when you see them boy them come in with the trousers around their bottom and all them thing there. Do you know what I mean? And I remember it was Glenda Jackson who actually said it. And she goes that her daughter come around with some man them like that and bring them around the house. So she pulled down her skirt in it and started walking around with
Oh my
What? They shouldn't have been in the house, bro. They shouldn't be in the house.
Yeah. So no, so I'll be going up there with them, and then they'll just leave because they wouldn't be able to stand me. Yeah, exactly.
So you're gonna out embarrass them.
Yeah.
Reverse psychology. Julie.
I'd take her tiny little ass tail and draw it and off of the pole and make her go along and kick her out. I would have draw her ass and take her along and bring her home and pump her up the stairs and tell her.
Julie, could you repeat that in English, please? Can I understand that word?
No, I don't care if you know English. She would understand, so that's good.
So you're going to draw a picture of you.
I would. I am an artist, so yes, I would draw her off of the pole.
Rudi, let's see if I'm Rudi. Did I hear if I'm Rudi?
Yeah, man. No, you heard me loud and clear. The buckle's coming out, mate. Because
so you're going to beat.
Yeah. I'm going prison. Basically, I'm going prison. That's where I'm going. I'm going prison, blood, because that's not how I raised my children.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And it would be a shock. It would. I mean, initially, I emotionally would reach out and grab with the same way that Judy explained. I mean, that's realistically. Do you get me? I would be, you know what I mean, physically try to remove her from the premises, right? And I can imagine the commotion that's going to begin because my girls look wicked. You know what I mean? So certain men them are going to get upset and thing. But you know, that's how I would feel about it. That's how I would feel about it. I'm not into this whole, you know, talk and rear in a situation like that. I've lost it.
And I've probably come down 2 men as well.
Well, I've only got a son. I haven't got a daughter. But you know what? I tell you, if I had a daughter and they were doing pole dancing, that would be one of the most embarrassing moments for me. But she'd have to come home.
What if it was your son? What if it was your son?
My son doing pole dancing. Yeah. I'd ask him, give me half of the money, mate. You have to give me a cut of the money.
It's all about the money with you, isn't it, Shuey?
Yeah, give me a cut of the money, man. If you want to do that, if you want to be doing wind up yourself in front of women, and you're my son, give me a cut of the money. Nah, it'd just be embarrassing. I'll just leave him. I won't drag him out. So if that's what you're doing, you stay there. But if it's my daughter now,
but the rent is going up in the house. That's what you're saying.
If it's my daughter now, no, mate, she's got to come now. There's no messing about. You know what I mean?
But why would that be for the daughter and not for the son?
Know.
I don't understand that.
I think I'd more prefer my boy to be showing himself to women than my daughter.
No, if it's a boy, he's doing it for men.
Yeah, to men. I thought you meant like it was a ladies' night.
No, you made it palatable for
either
you.
You're at a stag do. Me and Judy would be at the hen do.
So I'm at a stag do, and my son's on a pole dancing to men.
Yeah.
No. I don't want his money or nothing, mate. Listen,
you're drawing now.
I'll have to beat
now you're drawing him off the pool.
Now you're
drawing him off the pool.
I'll have to beat him for that, man. Trust me. You know what I mean? If he's doing this women, I can work with that.
That's better,
Dirty, nasty, bro. You know what I mean? If it's for the guy, then go on, son. Go on. Off you go. Get in there.
I'll go ahead and collect the money for him.
So what on it? Make me catch you a spanner in the works now.
Yeah.
So you know your son stroke daughter doing pole dancing. You know your son.
No, you said you know. That's different. Sorry, you're creating another scenario. Sorry.
Okay. All right, done.
You done?
It
Go on,
done.
create the scenario now.
Okay,
Create
the
it, go on.
scenario is you know your son, daughter doing pole dancing.
My son's
You
daughter.
your son stroke
Son or
daughter.
daughter.
All right, okay. Yeah.
You are aware, so your child is doing pole dancing. Mom, I'm doing pole dancing. Dad, see the money, I see the money. So what would be the difference now? Where you know your child is do pole dancing, you turn up at the wedding, stag night, and your child are going to do that. What you going to say then?
No, but
Yeah.
what could you say? You said you know.
Yeah.
If you're saying that
wouldn't
you
wanna see
know,
them
that's a
anyway.
different scenario. That's a totally different scenario.
Different,
You're
yeah.
aware. You're aware now.
And for me, to who they're doing the pole dancing to.
So long as
Like
it's
I said,
women,
I
you're
wasn't
all right,
I
Julie.
wasn't thinking about my boy doing it to boys. I was thinking about him doing it to women. That's what I thought.
I wouldn't want to
Okay.
see my daughter pole dancing whether I knew or not knew. I wouldn't want to see it. So
But I couldn't be
I would
having
have
my
to draw.
daughter.
And if I knew she
Doing
was pole dancing, I'd ask her what event she would be at that day as well. So, I don't know.
So you stalk her with the intention of outdoing her, innit? You know what? I want to talk to your daughter now because I want to see you the pool. I want
It's a
to
funny
see you
one,
the
right?
pool. You know what I mean?
It's a funny,
your blow.
but it's funny. I suppose it's a bit sexist on my side. Okay, here we go. Big up, Bigger C. Happy birthday for yesterday, Bigger C Clyde. They might bring home more money than you. Not a Ben. No long talking. Get your house home now, boy or girl. We understand Julie Juice better than you, so that they're understanding Julie Juice better than Countryman, I assume. Trevor White, start telling them, get your money out and pay him. And that's it.
Wow, Trevor.
Okay, let's go again now. This one kind of, why should a woman be submissive to a man in a relationship? Let's go for the women there first. Antigua. Why?
Why should a woman
should
be
you
submissive?
Be submissive to a man in a relationship?
Should we though? Should we be submissive?
Hang on.
To make
Stop
things
this,
easier?
Should we make things easier? Julie.
And breathe.
Are you okay?
I don't know.
Ernie?
Pardon?
Ernie?
Pardon?
Yeah, come on, Ernie.
Ernie
you
up
get a
there.
red card, you know.
Ernie up there eat peanuts.
I think that's Ernie being submissive to country.
No. Hello.
Run it by me again, Country. I just want to
Okay.
make sure that I'm hearing it properly.
Okay. Why should a woman be submissive to a man in a relationship?
That's the way nature planned it.
That's the way.
Lovely.
Should we?
Lovely. I like that.
You know my answer to this? Why not?
Rudi.
Okay, I think that this was a woman who posed this question, and I think they mix up what does submissive mean in terms of giving up one status. I don't think being submissive is actually giving up one status. I think it's recognizing that we are not the same. We are kings and we are queens. There is the king of the castle. There's a reason why there's the king of the castle. Yeah, we stand side by side, and there is a time when one should acknowledge and respect your man for who he is. You cannot or should not be going toe to toe with your partner. You walk together. This is how I see submission.
Drifting on a memory. Ain't no place I'd rather be than with you. Well, loving you. Well.
Now, how often do we actually see that? We don't see it very much. Now, it's fair to say that women have moved up in society. Women have moved up in society. But it doesn't mean now that all of a sudden you should be taking this aggressive role. I'm going to use the word aggressive, not assertive, aggressive. Because then the dynamics of a relationship actually changes. And I see too many clashes. I see too much shouting, screaming, no listening, no communication. Because you feel as though, not you personally, but it's a generalized statement that women now feel that, well, we're so empowered now that we should have this voice. We should be able to say this and we should be able to say that. Well, come on, man. There's been too much that's been going on for a 50-year-old man to be able to look back at life in the UK and understand the struggles that the black man has gone through to find himself in a situation where he cannot climb the corporate ladder the same way that a female can. I was listening to a show only the other night and I went into Asda and I saw a man with a half tin of baked beans. Well, I shop at Waitrose, but you're single. And for all you know, that man with the half tin of beans could have been the man for you. But you've lost that respect.
That's a bit strong, isn't it, Rudy?
Yeah, it could sound that way. That's fair enough.
That coming like poetry.
Yeah, I thought it was a speaker's corner.
Sorry, I didn't mean it to go that way. But that's how I kind of see the dynamics when it comes to the word. When we think of submission, right, we see it in terms of giving up power. It's not about giving up power.
No.
I don't see it as giving up power.
Let's hear it from one of the ladies then.
There is a lot of elements that Rudi was saying that I agree with. However, that the actual word submission does mean below. So if there is something about a balance and knowing the place. So that's why I had to breathe and say, because then there are men that would be attracted to someone that's a little bit more dominant at particular times and knowing their role. So I agree with the king and the queen.
So hang on, sorry to inject. So take it how you want to take it. So do you know your place in a relationship?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And sometimes it's dominant and sometimes it isn't.
I accept that. 100.
Dominant.
100.
Dominant.
100.
Dominant.
100.
Which dominant?
Well, you like dominatrix.
Dominant. I said sometimes
he's thinking dominatrix. That's what he's
No,
thinking.
I'm not a
He's thinking whips. He's thinking whips.
He wants someone to whip him tonight. He just nasty.
Okay, Ernie. Let's see if I'm Ernie.
I'm sick.
Ernie, I eat peanuts.
Yeah.
Well, you said that's the way nature planned it, but you elaborate.
Well, I think really. Who was it who said? Was it Antigua? Who's Antigua again?
Who's Antigua? Look this way.
Right.
Look this.
Was it you who said it works both ways?
Oh, that was Juicy Julie.
Juicy Julie. I tend to agree with Juicy Julie that it does work both ways. Because you've got to have understanding between one another, and sometimes the man will have to take the lead, and sometimes the woman will have to take the lead.
Yeah.
But I don't think it should be a thing where you're under the
thumb. No. But I think that's the way it's interpreted, and I will accept, right? And it's no justification that when a man's self-esteem has been knocked so badly when you go to the workplace, yeah, because I'm talking about a bigger thing that's going on in terms of institutional racism, etc. When you go to the workplace, that's one. It's not justifiable. It's not justifiable. That's one of the reasons why a man used to come home and dominate the females the way that they did, which led to domestic violence.
What? Because they had a bad day at the office?
It wasn't just a bad day at the office. I see it. I mean, that's quite flippant, and I understand why you would say that, Ernie. But if you're constantly watching people being promoted over you, right? If you're not progressing and you're seeing everybody around you progress, yeah, you're gonna come back to your own home, right, with a nasty attitude.
Well, no, I wouldn't. If you're seeing people progressing and you want to progress and you can't get progression, you leave.
Okay, which is fair to say. I can't disagree with you, but not everybody is in that situation where they can simply do that. I mean,
Some people can't just get up and leave, can they?
Yeah, I mean, you've always been in a scenario where you've been your own man. Shuey's been his own man. Do you know what I mean? There are some people who can't shift like that. They got to go to that 9 till 5. They got to see that same brick wall every motherfucking day. Yeah, with the view of paying that mortgage or that rent or that what have you.
And so they come home, and some of them might take it out on their partner. I can understand that. I hear that, which ain't the right thing to do.
No,
but imagine now you got the guy now. He's at work, even so kind of strain. He's at work. He's taking all the stick at work. Then when he comes home now, he gets more stick from his missus at home. You know what I mean? Some men can't, and some men won't be able to handle that. You know, some men will take it out.
But I think
they
you
can't
guys
do
are
nothing at
missing
work.
the point. Yeah, but the thing about it is, as you said, there's a balance. So both me and my partner are both working, and we're both going through the same struggles. So when I'm coming home, but for me, for my career, I am going through the same struggle. I'm not moving up the line. I am, Rudi. No, I know, but I personally am.
Okay.
This is my current struggle in
Okay,
my own workplace.
I hear you.
So when I'm coming home, I too want that support. And, you know, when you are single for such a long time as a woman, you have a level of independence. And then when you start seeing someone as well, you have to let go of some of that independence and be kind of submissive as well, to allow that person to look after you because you've been looking after yourself. But when you're in the relationship, you both have this, you have to have what Donna was saying, a mutual respect for each other. And we both have to build each other up and support each other and encourage each other.
I agree.
And if that means being submissive.
Shut up. Just have your own opinion, you. Because I'm 100% with what you're saying. But becoming vulnerable, especially in a new relationship, at the age that we are at currently, is not the easiest thing to do.
It's not the easiest because we've learned how to be so strong on our own. To be vulnerable, it would show your weakness, but really it'll be your strength in the relationship going forward. And
but
you know, I think have that respect.
I think a lot of women would love a man who can step up and do what they need to do instead of waiting for the woman to do things. That's what I feel.
And vice versa as well, yeah.
But at the same time, there is that thing where will she allow him?
Yeah. Because the ladies probably used to doing what you're doing, going to work, paying your bills, doing this, doing that. Then after years of doing that, having somebody in your space now, trying to do some of the things that you normally do. So you're going to find it.
Yeah.
Some ladies will find
it. Remember, when you're coming into this age in our life as well, our previous relationship where we had been let down by our previous partner also has an impact on how much we allow this new partner
to come in
to be submissive. You know, you've got to think. So there's a lot of damage that's been done.
Yeah, you've been there before. You've been there before. You can see. You can tell the signs. You know the bullshit. When you hear it.
There is an element, though, Rudi, of a strong or dominant woman is not going to show an element of submission when that person's attracted to her. So that's the challenge in itself. So
who's that? Who's that the challenge for, though? The male or the female?
I think it's for both, because in actual fact, there are strong women who men are attracted to because they're strong, and then when they become into a relationship, they're overwhelmed by that strength. You know, and that comes from sometimes in agreement with where Ali said is that you've had that struggle, so you gain strength from being let down or from being abused or from having to struggle by yourself. And so men are then going, oh, look at that fiery independent woman, and I go, Lord, too fiery for me. you know, and then step back again. So, but then also the woman might say, well, he's not strong enough for me. I need somebody even more stronger than I am. And actually, because of the experience that they've had, they've become super strong, not necessarily.
Is it also fair to say that there becomes a conflict with the old interpretation of what a relationship used to be? The man is the provider. Do you get me? And we still walk with those same values, even in today. You understand where I'm going? No,
I think some of it is. I think we're getting men that are aware that women are very strong and are becoming bigger earners, and there's an expectation that the woman does for them more so, because that a lot of men are driven by finance because they seem to be the provider. So if a woman is earning more, there are a lot of men who are becoming a little bit. I say not a lot of men. There's a growing number of men that are becoming apathetic and are expecting women to provide.
Because I remember as youth when we were coming through, there used to be girls who used to buy man clothes and all them kind of thing there.
That's where country always comes from.
Do you remember them man there, Ernie? Remember them man there?
Yeah.
I never get that treatment.
But I think in this age group, finding a partner now in this age group, we're all coming with our financial burden, because some of us are coming.
Some is coming with debt. Some is coming with some serious debt. Some is coming with the CSA.
Exactly. So it's all very different, and we've got, you know, some men want to come because they have got that old ideology that they have to provide, and you know, for me going forward, it's not about a man providing, it's about us doing it together. And that's how we should be looking at it. We're doing it together, and there's not one leader.
50-50.
We're working together because
I don't believe it's 50-50. I believe it should always make 100. So whatever your 100% is in this new relationship, it might be 70. You give that 70, and the other person should make up the other. It fluctuates. So what sometimes you're doing less and they're doing more, but it should always make 100%. I think the challenge is this 100% is sometimes somebody's giving less, and then you make up the shortfall, which means you're giving more than your 100%, and then there's the resentment and the struggle with I'm doing more. It's because you've got more than you need to, and that's the struggle.
And the thing is that the 100%.
Go on, Sherry. Go on, Sherry. 1 minute, One minute, Antigua. 1 minute, Antigua. Go on, Sherry.
You know what? I was just thinking about. Like I said a couple of weeks ago, like I was going back to how it used to be back in the day when I remember my dad used to come home and put his wage packet down on a Thursday or Friday. Them things don't happen now. No. They got separate bank accounts. You might have a bank account together. You got, you know what I mean? Where back in the day, it was put the wages down, take out my lunch money, take out my petrol money, take out my bookies money, whatever, and that's it. And the rest go down. But now it's just all different now. Ladies are controlling more. Men are controlling more. They might have relationships where the man does more to control. But I think, me personally, I prefer the ladies just control things. It's just easier for me.
So basically, you've gone back to your childhood and you've said to yourself that kind of agreement, you're happy with, which I think that's fair enough. But I think the challenge for our age group is realizing just how much of a shift relationships have taken, and the new dynamics that are now ahead of us. Therefore, it's how we pass that information down to our grandchildren and daughters. Well, I'm a grandparent, so I say grandchildren, so that means it's automatically gone to my daughter. It's because the other thing is that we were never taught relationships.
It's true. It's true.
We were never taught.
Ernie, what's your feelings about that? It used to be back in the day when man used to put his wages down and take out his pocket money for the week and booking money and petrol money, and that was it. What's your feelings about how it is to now? Well, as one of the bigger man.
That's a difficult one because my dad never used to come put down his wage bracket. I can't remember no wage bracket.
Fair dues.
No, I can't.
Catch a blow.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
It's his birthday today. God rest his soul.
Happy birthday.
Nice.
Happy birthday, Ernie.
but I can't remember him coming in and putting down his wage packet, and my mum,
Right.
rest her soul, taking out money out of it. I mean, when I used to go to school, when I used to come on with my first wage packet, I never used to put it down. I just used to give my mum what I could give her, and that was it. So I don't really know about putting down wage packet, but what I do know nowadays is that no matter what you and a woman has in terms of finance, she always have a little something put down around the side.
Yeah.
Like
And not
like a
for the
side
side dish, Ernie. Not for the
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, darling,
Put it the side
I mean,
proper.
Is that a sign though of I'm not 100% committed to this relationship? Because I do believe
No.
no.
I don't
Okay.
Now you have to have a little side thing put down, man.
Okay. Because I do believe I mean, me and my wife, in truth, we have separate accounts. We have separate accounts, and we come together and we've worked out how we want to manage our lifestyle. Do you understand?
Exactly, yeah.
And for me, it was important that she had that sense of independence because my mum never had it.
Yes, absolutely.
But
You know.
I mean, it's the same thing. You come in. I don't know about having have separate accounts, but you have a account that, for want of a better word, you have a house account.
Yeah.
And you put in your house account. Then you have your account, and she has her account, but she always seems to have a next account apart from her account.
And an ex-man.
No.
I'm sorry, Ernie. Shame.
Here's the one. Jackie B's got it here on the head.
Vex money. Remember the Vex money.
That's it, Vex money. Yeah.
Vex
Always
account.
have their Vex money or their cab money or something. You know what I mean? When a man is broke and bleeding and she always got a little thing put down to the side.
When a man is broke, we're broke.
I respect them for that.
Yeah.
I respect them.
Independence,
Plus,
isn't it?
we all have our own independent finances too. That's not joint. We all have, I've got my mobile phone bills. I've got my own credit cards. So I'm paying that. So I need to have my extra stash. But it's what Rudi was saying, independence.
There are couples who will have just the one account and everything works from there. I think it's different strokes for different folks.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yep. That,
I think what's beautiful about this type of question, it's like reaching the age that we've reached. It's like how much have we matured and how much communication is really now happening within relationships. How are people talking? Because for me, I mean, I'm not going to lie, I must have spent about a good 40 minutes just watching it.
Drifting on a memory. Ain't no place I'd rather.
And normally those are the kind of thoughts that we have when we're in the dance. Those are the thoughts, but is that the reality when we get home? Because in my household, right, I never saw a lot of affection. I never saw affection.
Well, let's be honest, they couldn't really show affection because more times than most parents had 2 or 3 jobs. They had 6 kids. They never have washing machine and all them things. You imagine, right? I mean, you keep on saying when we reach at this age, but I'm not really sure how old other members of the panel are. But I would assume that I'm the oldest on the panel. Right?
No, country is a caveman.
Yeah, country.
Yeah.
No, I'm the youngest one. Yeah, I'm only 25.
Right, but you imagine.
You're the oldest.
Right, you imagine, right? Your parents have 6 kids. They probably got 2 jobs. They have to wash clothes by hand. Where are they going to find the time for affection?
It's true.
Very true. They found the time for 6 kids. They found the time for 6 kids.
I'm just going to say,
No, it's true though. Where are they gonna have time to sit on that settee and hold hands and watch television together?
Although there was no
now, believe it or not, it's now. It's now. It's now.
But now,
but
we do.
You may not have seen a lot of affection, but there was definitely a whole heap of love.
There's love. I mean, But then once again, it's a love is interpreted in so many different ways. Love could be interpreted that I wash your clothes. Love could be interpreted that I paid for the rent.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it's not affection.
No,
it's not affection, and affection is a totally different ball game.
Touching, feeling.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you, emotional.
I can't. I've never seen Ernie like that.
But you know where I saw a lot of affection with my parents.
Go on, Ernie.
The affection I saw in my parents was dancing.
Hang on. What time?
Dancing.
Say
Dancing was where I saw the affection with my parents.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. And once again, the lights were down.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, no, the lights were always up for my
once again, it became, it was almost like it was not displayed. It's not like when we go carnival and we go nuts, right? Carnival is just proper orgy in my mind. But you know, that openness is a void. Because I love it. I genuinely love it. And there are times when I actually miss it. And I do, and I have, like the people have often said that when the children come, do you know what I mean? It's like I have to sit at the end of the bed and wait for my turn before I get to the tit. You know what I'm saying? It's that kind of thing.
Oh my God. You went there, Julie.
Just be grateful they're still up, you know.
Let's have some order in this place, man.
Countryman, you're very quiet tonight.
Jackie said red card. Jackie said red card.
For Rudi.
Linda Fairbold, submissive only in the bedroom. Laugh out loud. Donna Ben.
Jesus.
What?
She should not. What's that? She should not. Women were made from a rib, not a foot. Verona. VG. Both have roles in a relationship to be submissive.
Absolutely.
Is
Yeah,
to
I
show
agree, 100.
respect also.
100.
Dawn Monaghan, we're not and shouldn't be equal partners. It's 21st century. Jackie Sinclair, submission can mean sexual. I am natural. Some women need to just shut up, and some men need to step up.
Talk the talk, darling. Talk the talk.
Sound the butt cover!
I'll be honest, I like Shola. I love Shola, but I could never live with her.
Donna Ben.
When she got rid of Piers Morgan.
Sound the butt cover!
Donna Ben, well said, Empress Antigon. Bigger C, only one captain to a ship in my house. Aye, aye, captain. You're all right. All right, Bigger.
Come, let's go, Siri. Let's go.
All right.
We've only got 2 minutes for the hour. We've got 2 minutes for the hour.
Submission is understanding between a man and a woman.
Easy. Okay. A very interesting long debate there. Okay, question. How do we start to address, stroke, put an end to the bitches, hoes, and that word? I don't like to say which big. I don't like to say it, boss. I'm sorry. Mentally in black music. So how do we address? How do we start to address and put a end to the words them bitches on mentally in black music? Let's start with some musicians. Ernie.
Sure. Well, I don't think you're gonna stop it.
Okay. What is it, Ernie? Should we?
That's a hard one, mate. I'm going to agree with Ernie with this one. I don't think you can stop it.
Let's go to Rudi.
You don't validate it.
Validate. Okay, good. Julie.
Conversations with the music industry.
Antigua.
We start to empower and embrace our culture.
Okay, and before we move it on, Countryman, which I will allow you to take over, it's just to let everybody know that we are now switching over to YouTube. So could a member of the Rants and Bants crew please go and get hold of the link, or shall I do it? I'll do it. Get hold of the link, put it into the group, allow those people who would like to come over to YouTube and join us for the final 20 minutes. But we will be shifting from YouTube.
From Facebook
from
YouTube.
Facebook. Yeah, sorry. From Facebook to YouTube. Where's the link? Oh, there it is. Right.
Remember, guys, while you're on YouTube, remember to like, subscribe, and share. Like the YouTube channel, guys. Rudi Lickwood, please like it.
What's that word?
Subscribe it.
Subscribe.
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 Shut up.
Yeah.
Right, the link is now in the in there. All right. So if you want to grab that link now, because we are no longer on Facebook. Let's say goodbye, Facebook.
See you in a minute.
Bye. So all right, let's get back to this question. So Rudi, you did say what did you say, Rudi?
I said we don't validate it.
Validate. Antigua said empower. Julie did say
Conversation.
What name again now? Ernie.
Yo,
What you say again, please?
you can't stop it.
Can't stop it. So not Rudi, sorry. Should we?
I say I don't think we can stop it now. I agree with Ernie.
Okay. All right then. Let's hear Ernie's point as a elder.
Well, my take on it, right, is that I don't really take no notice of it because I'm not American, because that's where it comes from, right? The bitches and hoes and all that, it comes from America. But when you say it's part of our culture, it's not really part of our culture because it's an American thing. The nigger thing is seeping in to like reggae, the dancehall culture. Because it's the youth, them mostly who's doing it. But once again, our age group, you're not really gonna go somewhere and hear people calling bitches and hoes and my nigger and all them business. You know, what I mean? It's a young thing, and it'd be very difficult to stop it because you can't. The music industry won't take no notice. They've been trying to get the N-word out for how long, and I mean, I'm
gonna say something here then.
I think it's the other way around.
I'm gonna say something here then, Ernie. I think that I think that the industry have pushed it. I think that if the Jewish community decided that they didn't want particular things said or done, they would have it done. The moment that Wiley opened his mouth and said what he said, he lost his Facebook, he lost his Twitter, he lost all of these things.
They got the power.
So if the youth, right. So who's got the power? Who's got the power here? I mean,
we ain't. Like you say, the music industry's pushed it, so it's the music industry that's got the power. Until we relinquish that power, it won't stop.
But if you look at the comparison to say Nick Cannon, who had a similar situation where his show was axed for a while, but then actually they realised that they were missing out on a massive market. They brought him back because he actually just went okay, and they brought him back, and he's back with his show.
Well, so I missed that one. Why did he get axed?
He said something about the Jews as well.
He made reference to the Jews controlling the airwaves.
Yeah, well, we don't know that already. We know how powerful that fraternity is. They're very powerful. All right, they brought Nick Cannon back. He was lucky.
Yeah, but then at the same time, I think that consumerism plays a big role in that.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, you only hurt these people in their pockets. Yeah, and if we as a community decided, because it would have to be a decision from us, that we weren't going to embrace it, they can't exploit it. Because the only reason why Biggie and all of them lot said what they said, because they were throwing these dollars at us and saying, look what I'm getting, look what I'm getting, look what I'm getting. And people started to idolize the dollar sign as opposed to their human condition.
Only in America, though.
100.
You don't get that here.
I mean, look, I look at it this way. When was the last time you actually heard gollywog?
I forgot about that.
We got rid of that.
Huh?
We got rid of that.
Yes,
we did.
We did.
Yes, we did.
We
know that. We know of the word.
Yeah.
It's not everyday conversation.
No. Well, the thing is that we've moved in it. When we was at school, or when I was at school, right? You know, they used to call us gollywog, and then you used to get some bitch lick.
That name make me laugh, you know, when I hear that name.
When we realised what was going on, they used to get some bitch lick and they phased it out. And you don't have that black and white like what we had when we was at school.
Yeah.
There's not much, you know, the amount of white man friend that I had when I was at school as a youth growing up compared to now, it's just a handful. So there's not that, not interaction, but that kind of togetherness that it was then.
But there is some consciousness, though, isn't there? That in agreement with what Rudi and both Plush has been saying about a call to action, because actually we are the masses. Yeah, so the people who were controlling us as a commodity, the music industry, it's us that's actually giving them the money. So actually we either have a conversation with the industry or we have a conversation with ourselves. So I remember not long ago, there was this call to action about the type of food that we bought and about how that as a commodity, there was lots of imitation food that were trying to look like they were Caribbean, and they were made in Birmingham, they were made in Smethwick, in the Midlands, and suddenly there was a call to action where everybody said, "Stop buying this food."
What's that? Tropical Sun or whatever it's called.
That's I decided to name it, and we shut it down, and we shut it down. We shut it down. There was a call to action, so we actually first there was this kind of thing: stop producing the stuff, and it didn't happen. So there was a conversation, and then suddenly it was like, well, if you're not listening, we'll be consumers and we will have a call to action. So in actual fact, as people, when we talk about the Black Pound and all the other stuff, there can be a consciousness. So if we talk to the industry and they say no, then let's talk amongst ourselves and say, and we say no, because we can be quite powerful. So
but it's still on the shelves though, isn't it? And I still see people buying Tropical Sun.
Yeah, there is, but not as many. Not
as much.
Well, sure, I don't do shopping. I don't know.
Well, there's the balance in your relationship then, isn't it?
I do the fruits. I do the fruit.
You got the fruit.
I buy the
Hugging yourself, Ernie. I love it.
The fruits is my job. The more general stuff is wifey's job. But I ain't seen no Tropical Sun in my yard. But I know when I go into shops, I see Tropical Sun enough.
Yes.
So I must admit, I was in Asda today. It didn't really stand out for me. I mean, I reckon that's Blue Mountain terrace. You most really see that in Dessa.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. That's what I was talking about. But I've seen it in major stores as well. Not as much as Blue Mountain, because their world food, as they call it, and especially the Caribbean section, seems to be the smallest section out of all the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They might just have like 5 tin.
It's true.
But we do need to look at the language that's being used in the industry, because I do think it's to say that it's acceptable to call us these derogatory names, regardless. You know, it's not a positive way. So the thing that about conscious lyrics is sometimes frowned upon. So
is that a matter of they don't sell, Ernie?
What's that?
Conscious lyrics, do they sell?
Yeah, man, conscious lyrics. This bitches hoes and thing is an American thing. That's where it's got stuff.
Yeah.
It's not here. It's not here. You tell me.
But isn't it in a lot of grime, Ernie, now?
In what?
Grime and...
Well, I don't.
You don't know. You don't know. It's only Shu who use that kind of language. You don't know.
You're having a laugh, you mate. You're having a laugh. You know what? I was talking about the bitches, hoes, and all that stuff there. That's a Ute thing, isn't it? You know what I mean? That's
our kids. That's our kids. That's our kids.
That's a Ute thing.
Our kids.
Our kids. But what age group are you talking? Because my boys don't use them words.
But his peer group does. Because we're talking about you're still in my peer group, Ernie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I can categorically say that my two boys' friends do not use that terminology. I can definitely say that. And I know enough youths who don't use that terminology.
Yeah, enough of them don't use it, but they are the ones that do.
There is quite a bit that don't use it, but and there is quite a bit that use it, but like, you know, I'm with Ernie, my people and my them don't use it. I mean,
But I was a youth worker for 27 years.
Right.
And most of the young people in the youth clubs that I worked with, even though it wasn't allowed within the youth club setting, they used that terminology and they would use the music regardless. So that's what they listened to. And then you would get a lot of people going, I had colleagues saying, well, this is what they're listening to. And I'm like, well, I don't want to listen to it. And we don't need to listen to this, you know. So even then, and I'm talking, the last time I did youth work was probably 7 or so years ago. So even back then, it was on the rise that more young people were using that terminology.
That's why my answer would be to empower and embrace our Black culture a lot more. Because I think for me, coming from the West Indies, I knew my culture. I'm proud of my culture. And that is just something that we need to drive to our youths to make them more embracive of who we are. And I think that element has been lost. So they jump into their music. So they jump into their music and think this is their culture. And we are so much more deeper than that, deeper than the music, deeper than niggers and hoes. We've got a rich background, and that's what we should be empowering and embracing.
It may seem like I'm jumping backwards, and I don't deliberately need to do this, but I think that a lot of our cultural heritage is being eroded.
Yes,
in that respect,
and that's why we need to bring that back. We need to show them, and they need to be more positive towards where we've come from, who we are, because we're more than the music. We're deeper than that, and that's what they should be doing, more conscious music. Yeah, because this Can I
just ask Countryman just to summarize this, and then we'll go on to the next question because Shuey pushing 1:15.
Yeah.
Wow, summarize that. Very hard to summarize because we're all kind of singing off of the same tree, but in different contexts.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good summary.
I would believe that we are singing off of the same tree, but in different contexts. Everybody's singing different. I mean, the musicians, like myself, like I'm with Ernie, you know, I don't even use them word there. I teach, and no child, and I quote, no child, Black, white, Indian can say them the word in my class, because they know what would happen to them.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
I just have to look upon them. But in other class, then we use it. But I said, no, not in my class. Not in my. So we all singing off of the same tree, but in different contexts.
Yeah,
definitely.
Okay, let's move it on.
The butt cover. Okay, next question. If you could star in a film. What? That's what I said. Film. That's what I said. Film.
Film.
Where do you teach, Countryman?
Sorry? Where do I teach?
Where do you teach?
He teaches in a bush, in a shed, in a wheelie bin,
So listen.
Order. When he's in the coach, he licks the windows.
Blow. Right, let's get back to our question. If you could star in a film, what would it be? Let's go to Antigua.
Better be sexy.
Is that what Rudy?
Rudy, could you stop flirting, please?
I love a thriller, so I'd be in a thriller.
Thriller. Okay, Julie.
Limitless.
Limitless. Ernie?
The Godfather.
Is that where you're going? You're the little drugs, man.
The Godfather.
Shuey?
Bugsy Malone.
You kid.
that's a film, man.
I like that, man.
Bugs Malone and Somaga. Rudy?
Huh? What film would you be in, Country? What would you
Um,
star in? Countryman, innit? Remember Countryman? film?
Smile at him.
I would actually star in the film Countryman. Feeling that, Blacklist.
Okay.
Mm.
But like Blacklist.
I'm going for Shaft, man. I'm Shaft.
With all that hair.
Yeah, with all that hair, yeah. Even though mine's evaporating.
That's you out of the role straight away.
Ernie, why your choice of film, please?
The Godfather. I think it's the greatest movie that's ever been made. And I would just collect the money. The greatest gangster movie that's ever been made is The Godfather. There's no ifs, buts about that. And I would just collect the money and just give it accordingly.
To poor people. Like
Imagine, that's what Dudu did. Isn't that what Dudu was doing? Is his name Dudu? Was his name Dudu?
Dudas.
Dudas, yes.
Yeah, but I would want to do it. You see how The Godfather done it? With a little bit of class and style, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, but underneath that, there's a lot of blood and pain, and there's a lot of violence, and there's an undercurrent that you don't see because that money.
With The Godfather, you don't see that. You just see The Godfather.
Is it? I remember them taking a man for a walk, and he was going, "It's just business. It's just business."
But it wasn't The Godfather. It wasn't The Godfather.
So so it's his role you want. I hear you. Yeah, but you're just as that's even worse, man, because you're getting other people to do it.
Okay.
That's even worse.
Sorry, the
manipulation, everything.
Bugsy, my love. I just love that. I love the musical, man.
Yeah, that was a good one.
You know the guy loving it. You know the guy. I love the guy, the little black guy.
Yes.
Yeah, the little sweeper, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Love him, man. Love him to death, man. He got his
I
part.
can see
he got his part, man.
I can see
Little hat on. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I love.
Okay,
the right height shoes. I'd start as the side dish for Denzel in Equalizer.
Come on now.
The side dish. You right now?
Yeah.
That was
because you never saw him have a woman, but he must have to have a woman somewhere. So yes. So I'd be a side part in the Equalizer.
Okay.
I got a good feeling there. Woo.
You know what?
Nice.
You know what? As Shaft, you'd be in my film. So...
there's a lot of flirting. Please, and why? The flame and why, please.
Limitless. It's about releasing brain power. I'm all about the mind. I love that whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I'd get as greedy as he did, but just do as. But he had the sense to manage that beyond that. So
he did.
But I was just so motivated by that film, releasing the brain matter that we don't use. Love it.
That's powerful. That is powerful.
Very powerful indeed. Not that I've seen the film. I must look all right.
Flim.
What have we saying it? Flim.
You did. You did. I'm just learning how to say it properly, Country. Flim.
We're closing in on the time. Ladies and gentlemen. We are closing in on the time. All right. It's been a great show so far. I like the fact that it's moved in a lot of different ways, this show.
Yeah, it's been very intellectual with
for the last one of the series.
For the last one.
Yeah, I nearly forgot about that. We've got a 3-week break, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
A free break, is there, should we?
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Free.
3.
Oh, here we go.
Put your tongue between your teeth, mate. 3, not tree.
3.
No, 3.
Okay. All right. You up now. What advice would you give to a man? Wake on. Okay. What advice would you give to a man who is unhappy in his relationship, but his partner has told him if he leaves, they will make it difficult to see the kids?
Okay. On that note, Shiri, do you want to say goodbye, bro?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to have to say my byes now. Enjoy the rest of the show. Viewers, I'll see you in 3 weeks' time. But I'm going to leave you with this. Remember, no matter what you do, there's always going to be some people who don't like what you do.
Yeah.
Just continue being positive and productive, because you can't please everybody. You're always going to have people who don't like what you do. But concentrate on people who do like you and work on the positive people, not negative people. Ernie, enough respect. Antigua, Julie, Country,
Love.
Rudi.
Cheers.
See you in 3 weeks.
See you on the other side.
Should we? Oh, I was going to tell him this.
Kick out your blow.
Anyway.
What already happened?
Ernie, let's go.
Right, so I would take. You know what? I'll take my chances.
Take your chances, Rudi. We go to the two man the first because they're married. I'm taking that they're married. Rudi.
I think that there's no point in staying in an environment that is not going to make you happy. You have one life, so live it. I accept that this is one of your mistakes, and it's another hurdle that you have to jump over.
So, okay, ladies, let's look at it from a woman's point of view. Antigua, what would you?
Definitely tell him to leave.
To leave?
Still leave.
Okay, okay, sorry, Julie.
I would tell him to leave.
Oh, Rockstone. So we all have the same consensus. Go on about your business.
Yeah.
Ernie, why?
Well, there's no point if it ain't working. There's no point staying in it, is it? Because you're just going to make the kids sad and the lady sad. So you might as well just take your chances and leave
and run. So, Antigua, you just said the same thing. So, what's your stance?
So, my stance on it is because there's lots of levels in this scenario. So, he might be unhappy. So, as long as he's exhausted everything to try to make that relationship better, if they went for counselling, etc., if that's all been exhausted, then he needs to take the next step, because it's all, at the end of the day, at our age, it's all about being happy, and it's all about you being happy and the children being happy, and that environment's not right. And so leave, get a great lawyer to do your custody the proper way. Yep.
Yeah, because there is, I mean, like you said, there is a roadmap for such situations. It's not like it hasn't happened before. It may feel distasteful, it may even be a bit embarrassing. Because, I mean, there's nothing worse than going and seeing your in-laws in a scenario like that. But it's not common. You know, it's just like children, underage children having children. It's not uncommon. But it's a case of how we deal with that situation now, really. I mean, Sam Michelle says anybody unhappy within their relationship should leave, regardless whether our children, whether there are children, as a negative toxic energy within the relationship will impact, which is what Daddy Ernie was saying, on the children and take them to court if need be. Turtle says, good advice.
Hang on, Rudi, sir. Because you're from Antigua, please. Can we don't hear from the Antigua, Julie, please. Can we don't hear from Julie?
Yeah, I totally agree with what everybody's been saying, and children are very susceptible to bad relationships. They're very so they will pick up that toxicity, and it doesn't help for them emotionally to see that. So the last thing, it would be better to see the parents co-parenting, and also to see the father working to support them, and as Natural Mystic said about setting himself up and being ready and getting advice, because there's lots of family courts now in the justice system that work in the father's favour rather than always working in the woman's favour. They're aware of toxic parents, and so I wouldn't want people to think that just because I'm a mother that I would say, no, stay there and be in that awful relationship. That's the last
That's what our
thing
parents did back in the day, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, that's the last thing.
Yeah.
Doesn't help.
At the end of the day, it's all about everyone's well-being.
Yeah.
I think that's the beauty of us accepting that we are the first generation next down, and the kind of information that we can now pass down. Because
Wealth and knowledge to us.
yeah, because we can see, you can see a toxic relationship, especially like when I, sometimes when I'm working abroad and it's breakfast time. That's when I read couples, read them. You just watch them at the breakfast table.
Yeah.
Nobody now say nothing.
Mm.
You know what I mean? He's looking over there, she I look over there. So, you know what I mean? Nothing.
I think it's more evident
Dead.
at
They reach on
dinner.
the
I
holiday.
think it's more at dinner
Dead.
time, Rudy.
Is it
as
dinner?
well. Yeah, I think it's dinner.
I think it's
Breakfast could
food.
Yeah, it could be.
But saying
That's
that,
But if you go out to a restaurant
Yeah,
now,
sorry, Country, you were saying?
saying that when you go to a restaurant, maybe I'm right and maybe I'm wrong or whatever. You often see couples come out and everybody upon their mobile phone. Now,
Yeah,
is
exactly,
that toxic, or is just so steer?
It's toxic. It's not good. It's not good practice to be on your phone when you're eating.
No, but it's not
I
good
wouldn't
practice.
I wouldn't call it toxic though.
But
because
is that how it is?
I think it's learned behaviour. I think it's learned behaviour.
Yeah, but saying that's good learnt behaviour then to say
No, it's
I
not.
think,
I'm not agreeing. I'm not thinking it is.
if it's I think it's bad practice because in actual fact eating food is a really good way. I mean my family still meet on a Sunday and congregate, and the phones have to go because it's put the phone down.
You just switch it off on silent or something, innit?
Yeah, but it's learning to ignore that as well. So I mean I know there's people that take pictures of food and
I'll be honest with you. I don't go 15 minutes in any given day without the phone being in my hand.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does that constitute now a toxic behavior in a relationship, or is just so we steer now?
You just added that, and I'm saying that I don't think it's good practice. So that would be toxic to whatever degree you would call that.
But it can't be toxic, though, innit?
That you need your phone as part of your everyday being. But I'm saying if we're talking about how people are, and we were talking about a man leaving and I think it's toxic. I think it's toxic that it's not good practice. We're not, and Rudi was also saying that we're the catalyst. So we've seen what's happened, and we can see going forward. So we're the experience that was, and we can shape the experience that's coming. And so we need to look at how we do things.
Hang on 1 sec. So we have sorry. Jemmy said, I will not go into the supermarket shopping with Mrs. if she is on the phone.
Supermarket.
Then he will starve.
He's gonna starve, isn't he?
He'll starve. Car, he can't tell us that she can't have her phone. Car, we know Dion. She not put up with that.
No.
Shut your mouth.
Be on the phone.
Dion, please give Jemmy a box of me, please.
box
of chocolate. A box of chocolate.
Chocolates. Okay. I was just about to ask you what type of box.
You say
Natural says our attention span towards what's important to us is hindered by our phones.
There you go.
But some people don't like to talk when they're eating anyway. I'm not talking, I'm concentrating on my food. So I'm not talking.
I think Country Man is in agreement with you there. He's concentrating on this.
I must admit, when I go to restaurant and if I'm amongst ladies, if I'm amongst a friend or whatever you want, no mobile phone.
Okay.
To come out, if they want to take picture, then take picture. But no conversation, no texting, phone in your pocket. I tell them straight, you're not a doctor, you're not a nurse, you're not a fireman, you're not on call, so put on your telephone.
If you get a phone call or a message come through, are you allowed to look at it?
I leave it. I leave it.
Okay.
I leave it. If it's important, they will call back.
Well,
the only person who can call me Shui.
Oh. It depends, innit? Because if you're out, say you've got a family member who's not well and you need
I put that caveat up. If I'm expecting a call or a message, I put that caveat up.
You know what I mean?
I think you lost Country. You just said caveat. I think you lost it.
That sounds like caviar.
Caviar though. Catch you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just now hit an hour and a half. It's been tremendous. I think this season 2. What do you think, Country Man?
Yeah, man, season 2 has been good, very interesting. We've had some very interesting people, some not very interesting people.
Yeah, Ali.
And we've had some fun. We've had some
I
fun. We've
know.
had some very
Sorry,
good
Country.
topics. We've had people coming here with them internet keep on a drop off and play. Oh, me internet. I don't know.
Come back firing now. Come back firing.
It's been great having an icon such as Daddy Ernie close our second season.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Daddy Ernie.
It's been fun.
We are really proud of you and the blue plaque that Choice FM has received.
Come on now.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much.
Nah, man, we got to pick you up for that, bro.
It was needed because they wanted to write us out of the history of the radio industry in the UK, and we just could not let that happen.
Come on now.
You know what I mean? So respect to everybody who took part in it as well. It weren't just wholly and solely me. There's a good team behind it, and it was fantastic. It was great. We're going to be presenting the check to the ACLT within the next couple of weeks.
Oh, well done.
As we get out of this lockdown. £4,500.
Come on,
Wow.
amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's another photo opportunity.
Get your
Colgate
phone out.
Get your phones out.
Get your little
phone
Colgate
out.
out.
So before we go,
I like that, Ernie.
Before we go, Ernie, could you please let people know where and how they can get hold of you?
Right. So
999.
Stop it.
my address is Countryman Cave FM. No,
you know what? I love the fact that you said that because it gives me that opportunity to do this for the last time, for the very last time of this season.
Set free by the teen angels from his prehistoric block of glacier ice comes the world's first superhero, Captain Caveman. Now the constant companion to the teen angels, Brenda, Dee Dee, and Taffy in their hilarious and sometimes scary mystery missions. Get ready for Captain Caveman. Captain Caveman!
I love that the Teen Angels were there.
Oh,
So you can get me on Vibes FM Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 8 till 11. Every other Sunday, 1 till 4 on the Rice and Peas Show. If you're in Birmingham, you can get me on Genesis Radio, 2 till 5 every Sunday. I bet you never knew that, ladies. Right? And if you got, when we start flying again, any long haul flight, you get British Airways and Iberia Airways. You'll find me on there as well. And if you're down in the Caribbean,
nice one.
You get Cool FM on a Friday night, midnight.
Everywhere?
Yeah, everywhere. That's it, everywhere. And Chris Mix Radio across New York and highenergy.com in Trinidad. highenergy-tt.com in Trinidad.
You see, you've just confirmed. You're proper global. That's why I said you've just now confirmed what I said earlier on, that not everybody can just get up and go. You are a man within a man who runs his own destiny. Respect, Daddy Ernie. Big up, bro. Big up.
What you're doing, you've been there a long time, Rudi. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not where I really need to be. But anyway, Juicy Judy, unfortunately, there will be no Friday weekly roundup as one of the co-hosts of Rants and Bants. Unfortunately,
I get my Friday mornings back.
You get your Friday mornings back for the next 3 weeks or so.
Don't get too comfy there, Julie.
No, I know. We've got work to do.
But as one of the forerunners in Champagnes and Giggles, could you tell us what's going on Friday, Ali?
Yeah, every Friday on Zoom, Champs and Giggles. It's an evening of black entertainment. So yeah, put the Zoom details in the chat room. So yeah,
what time?
It starts from 7:30 until 1 o'clock.
Oh, okay. So they can pop off and join me on the fixture list between 9 and 11.
Absolutely.
Yeah, come back to you.
I've got to get on that fixture list, man. I got to get on the fixture list. I've got to get on. Only because I support Liverpool, Ernie said I can't come.
That's
Ernie's
what
like,
we're gonna have you. We're gonna have you when
he said, "There's no point in me coming." He goes, "Frig you." He goes, "You're dead. You're finished."
Oh no!
when Liverpool plays Man United in a few weeks. Watch out for Rudi Lickwood on there.
Oh, thank you, Ernie. Thank you, Ernie.
Nice
Thank
one.
you, Ernie.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rudi.
And ladies and gentlemen, we've got to allow the last word to go to our
Captain.
caveman himself.
No, Antigua never said nothing.
I did. You weren't listening. Clearly.
Champagnes and Giggles is Antigua.
So what about Julie?
Julie
Rants and
is
Bants
Friday roundup. Rants and
Rats
Bants.
done. How about Ernie?
Oh my day. Oh, you just okay. I know what he's doing, Rudi. I know what
What's
he's
he doing?
Yeah. All right, country.
He's just reinforcing our conversation. Reinforcing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm reinforcing
Like
the
he
conversation.
reinforces his decking. Reinforcing.
Reinforcing the conversation.
Oh, talking about decking. Take a look at this.
I know. It looks nice. You gonna move in there?
No, that's a
Country?
customer. That's a customer.
No, it looks really nice.
That was well done.
I
That was well done,
commend you.
bro. I got to
Commend
pick you
you
up.
for
I
that
got to
one.
pick you up on that. I got to pick you up on that.
How you going on, countryman?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying that thing in it, Ernie. Trying that.
Definitely try the thing because when they walk on it, I collapse.
First person step and it just popped up.
I see him boring too near and him call it a chair to rot. Like, you know, men I sit up on that thing that looks stable at all.
Rudy, we don't use nails.
It's not rickety.
We use screws, Rudy. We use screws and a compact drill.
You use screws and a compact drill.
Nice.
Yeah, you never use no concrete then. You never use no concrete underneath there. You never set no foundation. So it's going to sink, it's going to subside.
Yeah.
It's not
Is
going to
that
sink.
why they were filming it at night to make sure?
They didn't want us to see what it looked like in the daylight.
They was checking to see if the lights them work.
They didn't want us to check in the daylight.
See if the lights them work. Checking
Everything
to see
at a
if the
60
lights
degree
them
and 43 degree angle. Then a while it's it.
You know
but
what?
no, country looks very good. Looks very good.
It really
Keep
does
it
look
up.
good, Country
Keep
Man.
it up. You did. You done well.
Countryman, do you want to tell us how people can get hold of you, where they can catch you?
We're not doing something this Saturday, are we?
No, we're having time out, man. 15 minutes. 15 minutes with DJ Countryman and Rudi Lickwood. Last week we had
Ernie,
a young lady.
No, Ernie was the week before.
Was it Ernie? Ernie was the week before.
Misha.
Was it?
Yeah, we had Misha. That's right.
Misha.
Misha Leak.
Yeah.
Where we introduced new people coming through. I think I should tell you guys that Rayanne, who did Waffles and Shakes, has now got an accreditation for her business. She's now official. She's got her hygiene and everything.
Awesome.
Really big. Her website is now up and running. I will be pointing out and giving people a better idea of what she's been getting up to on Black Pound Day, which is the first Saturday of every month, where we will do a recap on how those businesses are getting on. So I'm looking forward to that. That's the only thing that I will be doing, by the way, over these next 3 weeks. But Country, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
It's all right. Carry on.
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. I know
you can catch me on where we can catch me now?
Saturday mornings.
Saturday morning, the radio station. I'm up and down the country. Saturday morning show is Sheffield,
Unique,
Leeds, Huddersfield, London.
Don't compete with Ernie. Don't compete with Ernie. What radio station are you on?
In Huddersfield, one called Passion in Leeds, Fresh FM, Birmingham Sting, up and down the country. We can't remember half the time.
And do you do Mixcloud Live as well?
No.
Okay.
Can't afford it.
It's free.
Can't afford it.
It is free. It is free. Well, look out for me, ladies and gentlemen. Will you catch me? Like I said, the first Saturday of the month. So we're talking about May, Black Pound Day. Make sure that we're all keeping that pound within the community.
When we're back here again, 19th of May, I think something like that.
Is it the 12th, Jules? Is it
12th?
We commence on the 12th, yeah, I think.
Yeah, we commence on the 12th. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning
But
in.
your last show's on Monday, though, Rudi, isn't it?
Oh, yes, that's right. My last show is on Monday with Basil Mead, who brought together the London Community Gospel Choir You know what I mean? I thought we should go back to church.
Some of them need to go
And
to
he's
church.
by the way, he's MBE, by the way. He's a member of...
What's on Ernie's t-shirt?
Don't forget, Trisha K creations.co.uk for all Daddy Ernie merchandising.
Nice.
Oh, you got to get your merchandising in. You got to get your merchandising. In fact, it's important that you guys support us when it comes to things like the merchandising, because I know that you are, but it's important that you do so. Okay, we do this for the love of it, but at the end of the day, we got to get paid.
You know,
Yeah.
if I had a pound for everybody who asks me for a t-shirt, I'd be a millionaire.
Right. And it should happen. That's the worst thing about it. It should actually happen.
Big up to One Shot.
One Shot always gets a big up.
Was it Country? Wasn't Get Your Radio launching their mugs today as well?
Yes, today. I think there's about 3 left now.
Is it? Well, we'll be back with mugs, t-shirts, hats, everything. Thank you very much.
Boom, boom, boom. Thank
you, everyone. It's been a pleasure.
Bye. Thank you. Have a good break, Rudi, Country.
Have a good break. Yeah.
Would you eat human flesh? Rudi!
My grave, blood. It's not disagreeable.
And I'm that ratty.
Country Man.
My
Your
answer
answer
is
yes.
to survive.
Oh, okay.
If
Explain
in the
more.
island, if we there in the island now, and you just all of a sudden meet me and you up on the island now, you are dead. You are dead. No, you're dead. Somebody took you, you are dead. Yeah. You have to go eat you to survive. It never say me I want to survive because somebody have to survive to talk about the story.
Countryman, you look like that kill this person first before they even did.